How'd
All right.
Qualcomm do?
Very good.
Basically, they crushed it on EPS, 16%, and revenue beat by 4%. And by the way, this was not a no-brainer. I did some analysis going into my Yahoo Finance gig, and I said, hey, here's some of the stuff that I'm looking at, and then let me compare how I did on that, right? The one thing I was a little uncertain of is that the market was up about 8% in the fourth quarter calendar. Apple gained share, Samsung lost share. Qualcomm has more profitable content in Samsung than they do Apple. They sell to both of them. So I was unsure how that would work out. What that ended up doing was a 4% revenue boost, which kind of makes sense. They didn't get the full 8% lift, but they got about half of that. One question I had was on Samsung, right? Which is, hey, with this new stuff coming up and Samsung doing a little bit of Exynos here, can they maintain that 92 or 95% market share in premium Android? Boom, Qualcomm comes out and has basically announces that they've extended their agreement with Samsung, which was great for premium smartphones. And if you remember, I wrote a piece around CES around ARM's Blackhawk coming out. It looks like that Samsung will be going with Qualcomm and not Blackhawk. But hey, we'll see. The other question I had was on automotive. It's like, hey, automotive share content gain versus a car slowdown, right? That we're seeing from a couple semiconductors guys going on. I said I expected big Qualcomm growth and 30%. So hit that one. I said that IoT would not be good. It would be terrible because, quite frankly, every other IoT and embedded play that we're seeing is going down. Heck, even Lattice went down after like 19 quarters. Okay, and they are 100% embedded. And yeah, IoT went down substantially. So, hey, is this a little bit of a victory lap on this? Yeah, kind of. Sorry.
Wait, Pat Moorhead doing a victory lap. In other news, the sun came up today. Oh, buddy.
I mean, you gotta hit it when you hit it. I don't hit all of them, but I'm feeling pretty good about me calling. Yeah. By the way, if you want to look at 5 minutes of video glory, check out my interview on Yahoo Finance.
CNBC. Oh, sorry, what?
Were you on CNBC for Qualcomm?
I was on CNBC about the whole tech industry. I generally get asked to opinion about the entire market.
It's called opine.
Opinionate.
No, opine.
I know. I just messed up. Now I'm having a hard time because I have an ego and I'm an analyst admitting that I even said the wrong word. It's going to take me a while to get around to this. Should I talk about Qualcomm now, or can I talk more about CNBC?
Just start with the victory lap, and if it comes to Qualcomm.
I just want to point out, in June of 2022, when the market bottomed out, and I said NVIDIA and Microsoft were the ultimate buys. I was really, really right. Like, really right. We should drop a link to that in the show notes if anyone's actually reading them before they post them. There's a moment where I should drop a link. But no, Pat, your interview was actually really good. And by the way, the best part about it was you only had about a minute to process what you looked at. And those are always the funnest interviews. That's my specialty, by the way.
They actually are.
Is that quick kind of instant visceral reaction. I expected good from Qualcomm. If you listened to the last quarter, you knew there was a turning point. Bottoms had been communicated, and most of the device makers, if you looked at TSMC's results, you can actually make some pretty good prognostications about other companies, depending on different processes that they talk about, different volumes and different ramps. Qualcomm is, of course, tied closely to there's to Samsung, to Apple, to all the other major. And basically what we knew was the inventory burn-off had happened. There had been an indication of that, which meant orders were going to start to flow. So the expectations were somewhat in line, but really good, meaning it was good execution against a better market condition. Handsets, are really stable. Still waiting for some AI revenue. I want to understand the AI revenue. I think Qualcomm's working on a lot of interesting things, and I can't really speak to all of them. But what I can say is I do think they're going to find new ways to monetize AI. Pat, the automotive business is super exciting. And by the way, they are completely counter-cyclical to that business because automotive is not strong right now, but they're strong in automotive. This is the ultimate win, chest thumping moment for Cristiano and Nicole DeGaulle. For Cristiano and Nicole, they knocked it out of the park. That $30 billion automotive pipeline that they've developed. What you're now starting to see is the designs are becoming production, and production is revenue. And you're seeing this ramp is really easy to predict that it will continue as more designs come out. And if this is the softer part of the car market, wait till volumes start to ramp on some of these cars, both domestically and globally. That's super exciting, Pat. And I was actually forecasting that out in about 5 to 6 quarters. That could become $1 billion a quarter run rate revenue for the company. So automotive, great win. Pat, I'm going to tell you one more thing. I don't think they spent a lot of time on it, but Qualcomm has a really interesting new business with the AI PC. They got a super performant. Can't wait for Signal 65 to start taking a look at some of this stuff. Super performant NPU with some really exciting designs, and they are entering the market, and they're not coming in soft. They're coming in guns blazing. So I'm very excited to kind of see how that translates. I'm like chewing words today, I swear. How that translates to revenue in the second half of the year, because there's a consistent understanding amongst this industry that second half is when we really start to see this.
That's a great way to end. And it was interesting that of that entire 5-minute Yahoo Finance interview, the headline in the written document was, analyst basically says Qualcomm has a sizable AI advantage, and boom, and Yahoo Finance was very interested in that AI PC market.